Chapter 1. The Embrace of Catherine Black. Catherine Black was born on April 23, 1851 in Boston. Her father owned a department store that never kept up with the city's growth. Her mother held the household together, 3 siblings in Catherine, who never fit the role assigned to her. Her older sister was everything her father admired. Catherine wasn't. She had no interest in polishing herself into someone else's idea of beauty. She cared about industry, politics, and the arguments surrounding abolition. She was bright, curious, and increasingly unwelcome in her own home. By 16, her father's disappointment was impossible to miss. She felt herself shrinking under it. Then Nathan Cushing appeared. He was young, respected, already making a name in abolitionist circles. He saw in Catherine someone sharp enough to help him, someone whose uneasy place in her own family made her easy to win. Her father agreed instantly. Catherine's wishes weren't part of the equation. A few months after turning 16, she was married. At first, it felt like freedom. Nathan encouraged everything her family had rejected. She let herself believe she loved him. For a few years, they really did seem to fit. She joined him in political work, wrote essays, and helped him navigate the family business. Then, things changed. Nathan wasn't suited to business. Every venture he inherited failed, until Catherine quietly stepped in. In public, he showed her off as proof of his enlightenment. In private, he grew resentful as her competence began to eclipse him. He turned cruel, told her she lacked beauty and personality too, shut her out of his work, which collapsed without her, blamed her for everything, confined her to the house. 6 years in, their marriage had hardened into fear and exhaustion. That was when Adrian Burroughs arrived. Nathan made a show of introducing him at dinner, taking small jabs at Catherine all night. Adrian's attention stayed on her, calm and steady. Nathan didn't mind. If anything, he seemed pleased as Adrian left. A week later, Nathan traveled to New York. Catherine spent a quiet evening alone and went to bed early and slept deeply. She woke to a disturbance in the room. Moonlight shifted, air stirring where it shouldn't. A man stood beside her bed. Catherine. She should have felt fear. It hadn't reached her yet. Nathan sent me. Adrian stepped into the moonlight. He's finished with you, he said. He wants out of his marriage, and his honor demands an extreme solution. You could consider it a compliment. He paid well for me to end this. Fear finally struck. She tried to rise, but one quiet word stopped her cold. Stop. She froze. I've told you what he wants, he said. Now, here's what I want. His smile showed pale fangs. You can die tonight, or rise again, bound to me. Say yes. Her voice shook. That isn't a choice. It's the only one left. She drew in a breath. Yes, I have a contract to fulfill. I keep my word. He moved faster than thought. The bite was sharp, then heat flooded her, then euphoria, then a rush so complete she surrendered to it. The world dissolved. Then everything went dark. He pressed his bleeding wrist to her mouth. Life slammed back, violent, ravenous hunger overtaking everything. She clung to him until he pulled away. Not yet, he said. Nathan's death comes first. He drove a stake into her heart and broke off the end to hold it in place. Her consciousness dropped into darkness. Nathan returned home to find her body. The funeral followed quickly, and Adrian kept her safe through it all. The night after burial, he dug her out, removed the stake, and fed her until her hunger eased. "Welcome to your new life, my cat." At first, unlife was wonder. Catherine felt vivid, awakened. Adrian guided her through every discovery. She grew attached to him too fast. She fed only from his wrist. He said she preferred it, and somehow she did. She tried to return to her old causes, abolition, science, industry, and found nothing left inside her that cared. The things that once defined her slipped away. Adrian filled the space. Slowly, his attention changed. He nudged her into small compromises of judgment, pride, self. He was kind when she struggled, warm when she complied. He began withholding blood, letting the hunger grind her down until she couldn't think straight. When he fed her afterward, relief washed everything else aside. She blamed herself, thought she should maintain better control. Then he mentioned Nathan. "I saw him recently," Adrian said. "Married again, pretty wife, 3 children. Still poor with money, but happy enough." Catherine froze. She had wanted her old life forgotten. "I can still see you hurt," Adrian said gently. "You need catharsis. We should visit him." "No, we should," he repeated, and he starved her. By the time they stood on Nathan's doorstep, hunger and dread were a single thing inside her. Nathan answered, looking older, worn. He didn't recognize them until Adrian spoke. Fear crept into his eyes. Catherine entered the house, a warm living room, a set table, a wife rising in confusion, 3 children, 2 teenage girls, and a boy of 12. The boy watched with unnerving stillness. "Nathan?" his wife asked. "Who are these people?" "Business associates," he said. "They won't stay." "Cat," Adrian murmured. "What would you like to say?" The hunger detonated. She was on Nathan instantly, tearing into him with a strength that had nothing human left in it. His wife screamed. The children screamed. Catherine didn't hear them. Nathan tasted foul. Frustration made her savage. She killed him quickly. The screams kept coming. She turned to the wife. Terror filled the woman's eyes. Catherine struck, then the older girl, then the younger. The hunger dragged her from one life to the next. Then she faced the boy. He had pressed himself into a corner. No sound left in him, just that terrible quiet. He looked at her with the calm of a child who already knows he's going to die. She stopped. The hunger raged, but in his eyes she saw something familiar, a soul pinned beneath power it couldn't fight. She wouldn't make him wait. She killed him swiftly, gently, and did not let him suffer. When it was done, she stood in the middle of the room, hunger still screaming, and felt nothing. Adrian surveyed the carnage with a faint smile. "You truly are a monster, Cat." She looked at him. Emptiness and hunger pulsed together, identical, and she understood he had made her that way. "See how you need me," he said, opening his wrist. She drank and told herself she had no choice. After that, he stopped pretending kindness. He starved her until she'd give up anything, then fed her and watched the relief and shame wash over her. Time blurred. He grew bored, starving her longer, turning his attention to others. One night, after a long stretch without feeding, he returned with a new gentleness in his expression. Cat, my beautiful, I've neglected you. Beautiful? Her voice was deadened. Or monster? I stopped believing your lies. There were never lies, he said softly. Your beauty has always been real. If that were true, how could you do this to me? You still don't understand. Your beauty is the kind born from ruin. She wanted numbness. Instead, the words pulled everything to the surface. Hate, longing, shame, hunger, too tangled to separate. Adrian watched her with something almost tender. There it is, the last bloom before winter. I'll savor it. But your fall is finished. Winter is here. Numbness rose in her, slow and total. Her feelings drained away one by one until nothing remained. He offered his wrist. Drink, cat. Let go. She drank and felt nothing.